My older brother had a lot of friends who were college aged, and I was a 14, 13-year-old kid, and he would always take me along. He would always bring me along with him and his friends, and he didn't exclude me from any activity they did, even though they were much older than me. They had different mindsets than me. I was a dumb kid, but they just dragged me along. Half the time I didn't even want to go.
So I started volunteering around the age of 14. I'm 21 now. When I started, it was mostly just tagging along with my older siblings, meeting their friends. I feel like because of that, I was able to build a relationship with older youth, right?
At a young age, my parents have always told me you should help out the community and help other people. So I've always tried to help in that type of way.
I think it started out because I had family members who were very involved in the masjid. My grandparents were involved, my father, and then my older sister as well.
Ever since end of high school, I've kind of moved from non-Muslim friends to Muslim friends. So things like the UMBC MSA, the youth group here is just the type of people I want to surround myself with.
What made me get involved is there were a few things that were important to me that I saw was not completely implemented within ISB, and so I wanted to come in and see if make a change.
Alhamdulillah, from a young age, my older siblings were a part of these organizations, and MSA and YG and all of that. So if they weren't a part of that, and if I didn't have that leadership and mentorship provided to me, I think I would have ended up a lot differently.
So it's always been one of my goals to be a good role model to the people growing up, because when I was little, I always wanted that one person I could just talk to about any and everything, someone older, someone who knew what they were doing. So I really do want to become that type of person for the younger generation. I think it's just following in the footsteps of the people I trust, people I call my brothers, just doing what they did, because I think they did an amazing job and they're doing an amazing job.
Now that I'm, a little bit older, I realized that when I was 14, I was able to see what they were going through at that age and see how they handled it and the steps that they took. And because they were older and on their deen and they took the right steps to, solve those issues that they were going through, now I know, and I knew from the age of 14 how to deal with those situations.
Having people give advice that everyone respects allows, because then people listen versus just, throwing out their opinion and sticking to it.
One of my many mentors, she definitely helps me in terms of pushing and keep going and, reminding me why I'm here. Not to just help our Muslim youth, but to help Black Muslim youth, Black Muslim women youth, and the broad just keeps getting bigger and bigger. So.
When you're going through an issue, it's important to have advice from someone who's already gone through that issue. When I ask for advice on an issue from my peers who I trust, right? They're my age, I trust them, they're great, mashallah, they're very mature, but I get a completely different response from those who are older. Why? Because they've went through that, they've done exactly what, we think to do at our age, and they've seen the pros and the cons, and they're able to give advice based off of that.
Being a leader is really important, but I think there's a lot of nitty-gritty little things that a lot of people don't touch base on when you're in that position. I feel like people just are you can be a leader, you can go up there and you can do it, but that mentorship needs to be there, because there's a lot of little things that if you don't know, if it's not touched based on, if it's not taught to you, you have to learn it. And I think the best way for that is to have proper mentors who have done it. Things like the Youth Leadership Conference, where we have sheikhs come, previous youth leaders come, they can teach us what exactly we need to know in order to become the best leaders possible.